In an effort to celebrate Black History Month, the America East Conference is honoring one African-American alumni from each of its 9 institutions. In this segment, Assemblywoman Michele Titus talks about her time at Binghamton University and the work she does in the community in New York City.
I have to say that I'm truly honored for this recognition. I just see myself just doing my job and just pursuing my career and my dreams. So I really appreciate Binghamton for their recognition on this award. At Binghamton, I have to start by saying that, my 4 years at Binghamton was just basically a truly beautiful learning experience. Your first time being away from school. And I think the uniqueness of Binghamton is that mainly a lot of the kids came from, I guess, the 5 boroughs down in the city. So we, just immediately, all of us, gravitated to the fact that we all came from New York City, came from all these various different high schools. And it was just, I guess, just meeting so many different people, from New York and, from different parts of, communities where you grew up and didn't even know existed, was just a learning experience in myself, just, as, maturing as a young lady. And I thought that those experiences really sort of opened my eyes to know that, you're not just from a little part of the world, that there's just a big world out there, and just how everyone, gets along and cooperates and builds on different ideas and getting things done. I majored in liberal arts in the Harper School at Binghamton, and public service was sort of my major. I definitely wanted to go into public service. I went to law school after Binghamton, and I just always had the passion of always, working to advocate for the underdog, so to speak. After law school, I just really got into policy and just seeing how you can set policy that can actually change the way we do things. And I sort of got myself thrown into government somehow. And again, it was seeing other women and seeing other ladies and people that looked like me doing it that sort of, said, hey, I can do this as well. I think, well, what it was for me, I think that, you can say, yeah, we have, a new, the first time a Black African-American president. So you can, hopefully you feel that people know that the ceiling has been broken, that you can, if you want to pursue whatever you want. But I think what really initially does it for someone that wants to get into government is seeing other people in government and doing it. When I first ran for office, in particular, I had basically just started my family. So I had just gotten married, and I was actually expecting at the time. I was 6 months pregnant, and I threw my hat in the ring to run for office. And I knew that I wanted to do it. I knew that it could be done, but it wasn't until I was able to sit down with other female, African-American female legislators to sort of give me that confidence that, yes, you can do it, was really what, I think gravitated me to, that decision, yes, this can be done. So I know that what I've been trying to do is really just get out there, just take the time to go to the high schools and go to the schools and really sit down with students and just let them know what I'm doing. And I think sometimes that just sparks a little light in people to say, hey, I can possibly do that as well. I guess I could sit back and say I'm an old lady now. And any advice that I would have for any young person is just, take the opportunity at this time of your life to just pursue everything and anything that you want to do. And education is so important. And just get it out the way, basically, is my advice. If you want to be an attorney, go straight through, after college, go to law school, get it out the way. Just do it and just know that you're not alone, that there's a lot of support out there. And again, looking at my field, you may say, well, there's not that many women. I think still in the legislative branch, we're still less than a quarter females in office, yet we're more than 50% of the population in New York State. So there's still, a long way to go. And I think that by just letting what you're doing, just letting people know that there are opportunities and possibilities out there and that there is no ceiling and anything can be done. And if you reach out and talk to people that are in those areas and fields, I'm sure that you can find your way to do it. Well, you know the statistics. They always say that it's those hours after school and before, parents usually get home where most of our children get into the most problems. We also just looked at the fact that we needed more community centers in our communities. With funding so tight and not the possibility of ever erecting new community centers, I said, wait a second, we have all these public schools, all these buildings in just about every other corner in our community that sit dormant after 3 o'clock. I'm like, these should actually be our community centers and places where children can feel safe and know that they can go there and find a structured program after school and be safe and learn as well.